Welcome back to our channel. If you would want to help support our channel, please share it with your hobby friends. Additionally, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button so that you always receive the most up-to-date information from us. Ford Ranger 2023 price, Canada, USA, Australia and Philippines. In November of 2022, Ford presented the world with the Ranger. The United States version ought to look almost exactly the same. A style that is boxier and more sculpted, which will be more fashionable for a contemporary pickup truck, will be the most noticeable alteration. Additionally, it will feature design elements that visibly connect it to the newly redesigned F-150 and Maverick pickup trucks. We are aware that a Ford Ranger Raptor is on its way. The Ranger Raptor variant was not imported to the United States when the current generation of the Ford Ranger was brought back to production. But I'm here to tell you that's going to change. Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford, has announced that the Ranger Raptor would be available in the United States with the next version of the vehicle. It ought to be comparable to the international model that Ford disclosed in February. What kinds of motors will be available for the new Ford Ranger? When it first went on sale, the Ford Global Ranger had a choice of 3 different engines. Because they were all diesels, it was very improbable that any of them would be sold in the United States. As a result, there is not much of a preview available to use there. There is a good chance that Ford will use the same basic engine that it uses in the Bronco for its next generation F-150, which is a turbocharged 2.3-liter inline-4. The twin-turbo V6 that will power the worldwide Ranger Raptor will be rated at 392 horsepower. We are willing to guess that the engine found in the American version will be the same. Will there be hybrid and electric motor options for the Ford Ranger? To this point, Ford has not confirmed anything. However, we are under the impression that both questions will be answered in the affirmative, if not immediately then at some point in the future. The fact that Ford plans to sell solely hybrid and electric vehicles in Europe by 2026 raises the possibility that the Ranger will be electrified. There have been reports of what look to be prototypes of the Ranger FEV being tested in Europe. There have been rumors that Ford and Volkswagen are working together to develop an electrified version of the Ranger pickup truck for 2025. It should be noted that Ford has also submitted a trademark application for the Ranger Lightning in Europe. When can we expect the new Ford Ranger to hit the market? The announcement was made by Ford CEO Jim Farley, who stated that the Ranger and Ranger Raptor would be available in the United States in 2023. The issue that has to be answered is whether it will be for the model year 2023 or 2024. According to Ford Authority, manufacture of the new Ranger will begin in May 2023, which indicates that the vehicle will ultimately be a 2024 truck. That would most likely put the unveiling somewhere between the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023. Welcome back to our channel. If you would want to help support our channel, please share it with your hobby friends. Additionally, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button so that you always receive the most up-to-date information from us. Ford Ranger 2023 price, Canada, USA, Australia and Philippines. In November of 2022, Ford presented the world with the Ranger. The United States version ought to look almost exactly the same. A style that is boxier and more sculpted, which will be more fashionable for a contemporary pickup truck, will be the most noticeable alteration. Additionally, it will feature design elements that visibly connect it to the newly redesigned F-150 and Maverick pickup trucks. We are aware that a Ford Ranger Raptor is on its way. The Ranger Raptor variant was not imported to the United States when the current generation of the Ford Ranger was brought back to production. But I'm here to tell you that's going to change. Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford, has announced that the Ranger Raptor would be available in the United States with the next version of the vehicle. It ought to be comparable to the international model that Ford disclosed in February. What kinds of motors will be available for the new Ford Ranger? When it first went on sale, the Ford Global Ranger had a choice of 3 different engines. Because they were all diesels, it was very improbable that any